Triggers is a really fun feature in ChiroHD that helps with automated processes for your office. To get to setting up triggers, you're going to go to your system dashboard, system settings, triggers. Now you can see it does say beta because we are still in beta process with this feature. Triggers can do three things currently in the system. We are looking to build out and make them more robust, which is why it's still in beta. But right now, here are the three things that a trigger can do. It can add a task list template into a patient profile. It can send an email template to the patient, or it could send a text. So those are the three features right now that triggers can do. But again, we are looking to make this as robust as possible. As we're looking at this trigger, here's what this trigger is saying it's going to do. I have named it New Patient Scheduled. When a new patient appointment has been scheduled, 0 minutes after, so immediately after, but keep in mind if you select 0 minutes, it can take up to 5 for completion. So once my new patient appointment is scheduled, I would like the system to automatically upload this task list template, email this email template to the patient, and send this text. So in one action, by scheduling a new patient appointment, this trigger is going to perform 3 tasks for you. Let's talk about the areas real fast. So the name, you can name that whatever you would like, your trigger. Appointment type is going to pull from the appointment names that you have at your system level. Appointment status, it is looking for scheduled, arrived, treated, completed, canceled, rescheduled, or missed. We also have a feature in ChiroHD that can automatically mark an appointment as missed and send a text. So just keep that in mind, or you could just set it up via trigger. Minutes after, I can select task list templates that have been set up at my system level. I can have it set up email templates that have been set up at my system level. Again, keep in mind these cannot pull from location task lists or email templates. It can only pull from system level templates and text messages. This field will be blank by design, and you would type in your message to be sent via text. So if we're starting from scratch, this is what it would look like. Create trigger. Our triggers are based on 2 actions. Either the status of an appointment, which we just talked about the statuses a second ago, or when a patient tag is added. Let's first go over appointment status. We just touched on this a minute ago, but again, everything would be blank when you create your own. You would have to type in your name, select your appointment types, the status, and minutes after. One thing I want to note right now are triggers, since it is still in beta, the first appointment status is basically just on the appointment name and the status changing. We do not currently have a way to set a trigger, for example, when the 12th adjustment has been scheduled or completed. So that is a feature we want to add where you can select the number of appointment to make it more robust. So keep that in mind. Right now it is just general appointment. Task list template, you would have to select from the drop-down menu. You do not have to have your trigger do all 3 actions. It could do 1, 2, or all 3, but you don't have to have it do all of them if you don't want to. If I only want to send out a text, I would just fill out the text. If I only want to send out an email, I would only select the email template. So you can mix and match these options to your desire. Now, what does it look like to set up a trigger? It's based on a tag. if I select patient tag versus appointment status, the trigger will be automatically kicked into gear when a tag is added to a patient's profile. So that is a manual process. You have to manually add a tag to a patient's profile. But once you do that, then this trigger would kick in. So I have a tag for pregnancy. And what this trigger is saying is, okay, when I manually add that tag to a patient's profile, I want it to send this email template and this text message. Of course, you can see this is not a real text message as it says test. So you can have triggers go off based on an appointment status or a tag being added. We have separate videos that go over task list templates and email templates, so I would refer to those. But I want to touch on the text box for a minute. As you saw when you create a new trigger, the box is blank. So what can I not put in there? You can type a generic text if you would like, which a lot of offices do, or you could use macros that we already have in our texting system for your appointment reminders in this setting as well, and it does work. So I want to touch on these. To pull these macros, you do have to go into your location and your text template options. So if I go to my location, you're going to go to Settings, Office, Office Configuration, Scheduled Reminders. I can click Add Text Schedule or Edit, but if you go to Preview, here are the available macros that we have. Just like email template, we ask that you copy the macro as it is and paste it into your text reminder or the text box for the trigger. If you try to type this and you mess up any of the settings on this macro, you will break the macro. You can also find these macros if you're on your calendar screen and you click on text reminder, preview. Here are the available macros. So any macros that we have available for your normal appointment text reminders do work in this setting. We just don't currently have a way to easily connect or show you what those macros are. So I wanted to show you how you can pull them from your location settings. Another thing you can pull from your location settings is your intake link. You can use the macro that's listed right here, which is intake_link, or if you go within your location, you go to Utilities, Intake Link, click here to copy. This will add the intake link to the landing page for your paperwork. For example, this may be a good option to include in general with your new patient text, but if you have a trigger that you have going to your new patient, you can have the intake link included in a text as well to hopefully encourage them to fill out the paperwork. With text reminders in Kyra HD, we always ask that you keep it HIPAA compliant. So keep in mind, triggers are really helpful. They can do right now 3 functions for you automatically based on 2 small tasks, either a status of appointment happening or a tag being added to a patient's profile. This is an easy way to have automated functions go out to your patient so that you don't have to think about it. A common way to use a trigger is to send out our reputation management link. We have a separate video for that, so I would refer to that video, but that's a way to send out Google reviews and Facebook reviews and have the system automatically do that for you.